talk a little bit about Shakti and her manifestation as all the different goddesses. Now, I say this because I've heard some women confused, thinking that Shakti is a goddess in and of herself,
Right.
instead of the great goddess that is in all things. So I'm wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit.
Okay. Well, first of all, we have to say that it's not easy to describe Shakti in the sense that this is a force. Is a power, is an energy. In Indian tradition, we cannot really see Shakti as one goddess, let's say, it's as with a specific face, because generally Shakti is the divine feminine, is the energy, is the sacred feminine, is the principle that creates and destroys everything. It's really the force that is behind everything. It's in us, it's in around us, it's in the universe. It's something that permeates the world, the universe, and actually is the force that is behind every masculine energy. So that we need both, of course, right? We cannot really see her as just as a specific goddess, let's say.
Right.
But at the same time, Shakti has these multiple aspects. She changes. She is really shapeshifter. She has multiple faces. And so she's the principle behind every goddess. So every goddess actually is a Shakti.
Right.
Every goddess is a principle. And then because, and I find this very interesting, very wonderful actually, Indian tradition is so full of details. They describe then how this Shakti can be manifested in the universe, right? So we have Sarasvati, who is the goddess of wisdom, of knowledge, of art and expression, and also creation. And she is a Shakti. She is a powerful goddess, right? We have Durga, the one that removes obstacles. So we have Lakshmi, the Shakti that brings abundance and prosperity. So there is, of course, the Trimurti, the Trinity, Lakshmi, Sarasvati, and Parvati. There are really many goddesses. You can dive deep in the shade of the goddess and see the details and how much she can be manifested in different forms, in different qualities, with different mudras and with different hand gesture and with different poses and prayers. So it's really wonderful to explore how Shakti can be manifested in our life in a different way.
Yes. I really just love that way of understanding the feminine as the one and the many and her multiplicity and the
Absolutely.
infinite ways she can manifest.
Exactly, because they are all one. They are all connected with one big principle. I think also it's so useful for women because we are like that. Exactly.
Right.
But the more we are aware of this changing aspect and we can master all these changing aspects, the more we can have a peaceful and joyful and fulfilling life, right?
For me, it's really important to remember that the goddess is not simply an intellectual concept or a psychological concept or an emotional experience, but she's literally lived through the body.
I think we kind of like need both somehow. We do need to learn about
educate
her,
ourselves.
educate ourselves,
so that we can have a depth of approach to her.
Absolutely. And that's, for example, why in my dance course I always add parts where we can study the mythology and the symbols and the history of Indian dance. But at the same time, I do believe that this is not just a psychological, let's say, exercise, that we don't just talk about the goddess. Especially our Western culture is so mind-oriented. I believe that it's very important to have an approach that includes the body and actually, honestly, starts from the body.
Yes.
Because we are the embodiment of the divine, we are the embodiment of the goddess. It's a beautiful way to embody the sacred feminine. You really feel in a very direct way what is the sacredness and what is this sacred feminine. When you dance, you open up like a very direct channel to get it in your body.
Because the body has its own form of intelligence.
Absolutely. The body has its memory, has its capacity of connecting with this ancient language, with this lineage. We want to awaken our instinct and get shape to the emotion, to the feeling. It's an awakening of the full spectrum of the Shakti, of the feminine, and it's an experiencing in your body. We can really bring the wisdom of the goddess into our life, into our daily life.
Right, through the mudras, through conscious engagement. And so after women work with you, they're able then to take some of these practices back with them and practice them at home by themselves or as they continue on through their lives?
Absolutely. That's really one of the main aim and goals is cultivation. So really getting to know the qualities of what is the goddess, what is this Shakti principle, being able to use these tools for our daily life, for our phases of life, for our cycles, for everything that is in our lives. So it's really become a transformational journey.
Absolutely. I know for myself that when I invoke Saraswati, especially for creative writing, she's been my ally and she's been my kind of co-creatrix there to help unblock me when I'm creatively blocked. So I definitely understand her as a powerful force for, unblocking creativity.
Absolutely.
And flow, because there's a river named after her too, right? So the symbolism of flow is there.
Absolutely. She's a very wise and flowing and inspiring goddess. So it's really important to connect with her when you need to get your communication clear. And of course, there are so many more details. It's very important to anchor ourselves in the roots of this ancient tradition and know how to use these tools, this mantra and the proper mudras, and connect in a deep way. We are bringing back very ancient wisdom. We need to find the right pathway to bring it back to our life. Again, Indian dance and life are one. There is no separation, and that's why when you train Indian dance and you train some mudra or some choreography or you dive deep in a certain prayer that you dance, then you see that manifested in your life. Is just like a unique path that melt together, and you see your life completely transformed and opened up and with so many possibilities.
It's like a whole new way of seeing and experiencing the world.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I really believe, for me, that the journey to the goddess is not simply an outer journey of pilgrimage, but it's also a pilgrimage within, to learn more about myself, and as we've touched on earlier, to learn about myself through the eyes of the goddess. For me, my kind of core life question is, what does it mean to be a woman?
Absolutely.
So the journey to the goddess is actually, yes, who am I, but who am I as a woman in this world?
Beautiful. It's bringing back to your true essence, so really an inner journey of who you are and also what is your purpose. In India, we call that dharma. So what is the mission? What are the values that you want to share in the world? What is the light that you're bringing in the world, and what is the difference that you're making in the world? And Indian dance, for example, it's really a powerful art to discover this. In this way, I say it's very yogic in the real sense of term. It's really a path of liberation, of self-discovery, of finding yourself, who you are and what is your place in the world. And of course, this is also something that can be not very comfortable at the beginning or at a certain point.
Sure.
So it can be a challenging process, which it's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
I think it's great that we have these healthy challenges, and sometimes it's also very graceful and easy, but it's all a process, and really questioning who I am as woman in this world, and questioning also what is the sacred, what does it mean sacred for me. We were working on Sarasvati, so with women we were questioning what is wisdom for us.
Exactly.
What does that mean? What is creativity for us? What does that mean? So really questioning things, not just taking for granted or just being passive.
Right, exactly.
So being very active in life, and that for me is being very responsible of making choices or of the purpose that we are here. I do invite always women to dance her. You will see the difference, like if you wake up and your mind is not clear or something is going on, and then you get into your body and then you dance it or you sing it and you do your practice, you connect, then there is a life.
She speaks.
She speaks.
Yes.
Exactly. Many women, they're really come in and train with me, and at the end of the class they're telling me, oh, I really feel like a priestess in the temple, I really feel that energy, I'm so grateful, and they feel uplifted, and I find it so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I reflect, like, why do we need this, right? Like,
why do women need this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's really so important to connect with this essence, to express it, to know that it's possible, that we dedicate at least part of our time to our self-expression. For this reason, I love to share this wisdom, and I love to awaken women and bring this light, this radiance quality, and this fullness for their life.
Yes.
So that's why together we are exploring the mudra, the dance, the history of the temple dance, the mantra, the rituals. Because in that way, women, they recognize themselves, they remember an ancient language, they find their true essence. As I said at the beginning, it's not just beneficial, it's crucial. We have to awaken for ourselves and for the society. We really have this responsibility, and it's really important to really bring back this balance, speak out the voice of the sacred feminine. And I believe we need that energy. At least it really works very well for me, and I see a lot of benefit and a lot of good results on everybody that is trying this dance.
This has been fantastic, Daniela. I always love speaking with you, and I love our talks about Shakti. It always enlifts and enlivens me. If women want to work with you, they can do so online or in person.
Absolutely.
Can you let them know how to do that?
So you can find all the information on my website, danielariva.com.
And I'll leave a link in the text box.
Perfect. And on the website, you will find different options. So you can study with me in person, privately. You can get a set of 5 classes, or you can follow my online courses on different goddesses or different mudras, and courses on circles, retreats, and everything.
Great. Thank you so much. So happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And everybody, if you liked this video, I invite you to like it, to subscribe to my channel, and also to comment. And if you're curious about other ways that you can support the channel, then I encourage you to go over onto my Patreon page. Thank you again, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Ciao!